And let's see, does Coutil go for the over-under? He's thinking about it. He's got a little bit of overlap. He's there. Can the Corvette over-under here and beat them both to the line, trying to get after it at the line? How close do you like it, folks? Coutil gets the second win by a 10th over McGrew.
I over-undered a guy, and I didn't quite clear him. Not bad, can't even tell. Good news is we kept that win, so gonna start on pole for race 3. Hopefully get a third win, see what happens.
Oh, we're good. Got it? I got it. Huh? I got it.
Yesterday, Eric Coutil has now tied Jeremy Swenson for the all-time wins record in Grid Life Touring Cup with 22. Tom O'Gorman has 28 to lead them all, and Luke McGrew is 12. So that was a big, big day for Eric Coutil.
Yep, and Jeremy Swenson being a two-time champion of the series is no slouch.
Says a lot, absolutely. All right, here we go. Coming up to the green, 12 to 15 minutes of some of the most fierce competition you will ever see. The first two races have been insane. Will they repeat? We're green! Field steaming down into turn 1. McGrew, a little bit of a nose ahead here. Is he going to be able to maintain that? He's going to use that curb. They're still side by side. Well, I'll tell you, he does not want to let Eric Coutil get ahead of him, but I think right there, Coutil did enough that he's going to have to force McGrew now. We'll have to tuck in. But I'll tell you, it's going to be interesting because in the first two races, even though Coutil won them both, he didn't lead any until the last lap. So now, how does he do it from up front?
Yeah, we've seen consistent late race charges from Coutil, so this is the very first time he's led before the checkered flag. So he's just got to stay out front, keep it clean, and run his race.
And I was talking to Houghton after the race, and he said, I think the problem, he said it wasn't really a problem. We got all of those electrical glitches fixed. The car was great. He said, but these curbs are so violent. I don't want to break an axle. And he said, Coutil was curb hopping like crazy. He said, clearly it gives you a lot better time around the track, a lot faster. He said, so if I'm in a position, I guess I'm just going to have to get more aggressive.
Yeah, CMP is definitely one of those tracks you have to know which curbs to hit. On a lot of the corners, the exit curbs are very tough and choppy, but a lot of the apex curbs can help rotate the car and give you that extra minimum speed.
This is about as big a margin as we've seen at the end of the first lap yet this weekend.
Yeah, and it looks like Rosenberg's already starting to struggle for rear grip. He just could not put power down into 13, still slow.
And somebody dropped a tire, and that may have been Houghton, because there goes Matan Rosenberg. Great opening lap, but as you said up front now, that margin between Motul and McGrew is not a lot, but then it's now about 2 seconds back to Houghton, and it's all of this side-by-side stuff.
Yeah, and even Catil, I mean, he's pulling a little bit on McGrew there, so. Actually, McGrew with the fastest lap on lap 2, so he's closing in a bit.
Yeah, but just that whole half a lap side-by-side, Houghton now is about 3.5 seconds behind McGrew, and then everybody else behind him, and they're still side by side. And the reason that this is so costly in terms of time, and these guys are getting away, and now Ronnie Vidoc gets a run and is thinking about going up and making it 3 abreast. That's really difficult, man.
No.
And there's the inevitable result. And then Walbaum just got clipped right at the end of it, and it knocked the bumper off.
They killed the left rear suspension on his car.
Yeah,
it broke
it. Yep, you can see it.
That'll be a caution. That's unfortunate to see.
Yeah, he's going nowhere.
And Ben Thorne's caught in it too. Ben Thorne must have caught his suspension.
He must have been the guy that clipped him.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
It sure is. And you can see Walbaum right in the middle of the track here, so they had absolutely no option but to throw this full course caution. I mean, safety is always paramount, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Thorne had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this, white flags coming out. So,
yeah.
And you just have to do this. These are 12 to 15 minute races, and when the cleanup is clearly going to exceed the amount of time left in the race, you have to do this.
Yep.
And it's really a shame, but it's not the way Eric would have wanted it, but that's going to move him into second by himself.
Yeah, I mean, he did a fantastic job on the race start, staying ahead of McGrew. You know, they went side by side.
All right, there we go. Catil. That's such a shame, but he gets the win, and again, that will move him now into second all-time in Grid Life Train Cup wins. McGrew gets that second spot. Houghton, Vidoc, Smedegaard will be your top 5.
That sucks. Not how I want to win, but at the end of the day, a win, and we didn't damage the corner like this race. That's a plus. Anyway, I guess that's it. Sit down.
Last race of the weekend, race 4. Guess what the invert is? Freaking 11. That means I'm starting 11th for the last race. It's gonna be a little bit hectic, but I'm feeling pretty good because I got 3 wins. I got a lot more points over James Howlett and Luke McGrew. So if I get like an easy top 10 finish, that should seal the weekend for me. So name of the game, just get the car home in one piece. Just gonna try to be safe out there and yeah, try to get that top 10. And if I got a little bit more pace to move up, then we'll see what happens. But just want to get the car home in one piece and hopefully win this weekend championship. So race 4 coming up right now. Looks like James Houghton had a clutch master cylinder failure. So apparently he's trying to fix it now, but I'm currently sitting in grid. So I don't know, I don't think he's gonna make it to the race, which means I get to move up one more spot. So starting 10th versus 11th, I'll take any position I can because it's going to be a hectic race. I think me, Luke, and Matan, we're going to work together, try to work our way through the traffic, and then we'll race. So, wish me luck, guys.
Well, never mind. There he goes. All right. It looks like he fixed it. Starting 11th. What a stud. Damn. All right. He's excited.
It is time for the fourth race of the Grid Life Touring Cup here at Grid Life South Carolina Festival. The starting lineup based on the finishing order of race 3 with a random inversion. And it's the winner, so Coutil threw the dice. The inversion is 11. But look at, here's where Houghton, McGrew, Baton, Rosenberg, Coutil starting 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. That tells you about this inversion.
Yeah.
Pace car through turn 14. It will duck into the pits, 12 to 15 minutes. Let's see what happens as Andrew Rains brings the field up for the green for this final fourth race of this South Carolina Festival weekend. We're green! And a nice... our front-running group from the actual race 3 finisher back in the pack. With that overlap. There's Houghton, and then right behind him is Coutil. Boy, Coutil has his work cut out for him to get to the front, but stranger things have happened, that's for sure.
Yeah, we saw that.
That's Houghton as he's trying to work through on the 715 of Salil Shukla. Looks like he's got that done. Coutil is trying to see if he can come up and do that as well. With that pass on Shukla, he's kind of got Coutil trapped for just a minute. And Coutil still can't get through. Now, finally, gets the drive and should have position here to be able to sweep through. However, as I say that, Shukla not giving it up, nor should he. This is all for position. Finally, Coutil able to sneak through, but look who's trapped still, McGrew, and that big thundering number 7. See how things settle here just a little bit. The top 3, little bit of breathing room as they come across the line here. Allison Trini, Rosenberg up to 6, Houghton fast lap into 7. And Coutil, man, did he carry speed through 10.
Yeah,
but
he was coming
he
for
gave it up
Houghton there.
into the braking zone. That's why. Houghton running a little wide, DJ trying to come through, but now Houghton will have the line.
Let's see if Coutil can make the same crossover work from race 2. He did not attempt it though.
No, not yet. But you know he's thinking, setting things up here. And
Houghton takes the inside line for 14 to defend, but Coutil does not attack.
doesn't make the attack move here. Right there. He's got overlap on Houghton now. He's trapped on the outside. This is where he might try that over-under again.
It seems like Houghton overslowed there a little bit just so Coutil could make the move. And then Coutil got wide there.
Yep, yeah, Coutil had to get out of it. And the back end stepped up and skated him wide. And that's lost a little bit of momentum.
Coutil's been hounding Houghton the last half lap, so we'll see if he's able to make his move done.
Yep. And let's see here into the braking zone. I don't think he's quite close enough to dive down. So he's just going to try and work a quick line around the outside here. This is watching the strategy. Look at this, Baton Rosenberg now getting up inside Paddle. Cathers recognized that Houghton was there and just ran a little bit wide. Houghton, I think, had to check up just a smidge. Coutil now gets up underneath and it has some overlap, and that's going to carry all the way to 8. looked in his mirrors and saw McGrew there and said, I can't just absolutely make an attack move here because Luke might come steaming through.
Yeah, Catil just does not have the straight line speed that Helton and McGrew have. He's got him in the slow stuff, but he's got to make it work.
Yep, so he's got to find a way. Look at it locking up so deep on the brakes here, trying to get through. And Houghton running just a smidge wide. Yeah, oh, here we go, because this is where here's that crossover move. And Catil, he's there. He is there. Houghton, that time no contact, but Houghton had to open the wheel up, and Catil has got position now.
Textbook move by Catil there. He even used a little bit of grass on the right sides and made it stick.
Yeah, he did. That was fabulous.
And look at Andrew Raines opening up this lead.
Absolutely, and there comes Catil now on Cathers.
Oh, and Catil's got him. It looks like advantage of it. Very opportunistic.
Yep, we've talked about that on this track. So important. Magnussen able to easily get through, but Catil make an advantage as well.
White flag.
White flag, 1 to go, and Raines at a 2.5 seconds over Magnussen. So, I mean, Magnussen make up that kind of ground, and he's got 0.6 over Catil. But Catil is flying right now.
Yeah, Catil's came alive late in every single race. I don't think they can make up the gap to Raines unless Raines makes a major mistake, and he has not made a single mistake so far in this race.
No, he's been solid, and right now, Catil trying to get a little overlap, Magnussen having none of it.
Magnussen's got an LS3 in that BMW, so he is no slouch in a straight line. So I think Catil's got to get it done here in 11 or 14.
Raines into turn 10, looks solid. Here comes Magnussen. Catil, McGrew back just a little bit here. And, you know, for Luke, he's got to be thinking, all right, I'm not going to get to the front. How hard do I want to push to try and take third away? Catil certainly, Raines has lost a lot of ground suddenly into that last turn. It's a drag race.
I think he's going to hold on to do it.
Woo! He is. Andrew Raines, after struggling in all 3 races, gets the gift of the inversion. Clearly got that car dialed in at the right time. Magnussen runs his fast lap, trimmed that margin by a second, but it was a 2.5 seconds he needed to get. So Magnussen ends up a solid 2nd, but Raines gets the win. Catil a brilliant 3rd.
Woo! All right, 3rd place. Happy with that.
thanks for letting me by, DJ. You came into this weekend pretty cocky that you were gonna beat everybody in the
come
course.
on.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, you did let me by, which allowed me to kind of chase out it. And we got third place.
Let's say, I don't want to say I let you
We're like
by.
looking directly
I
into
know,
the
can you
sun.
just turn this shit this way? Thank you.
There we go. Oh, no.
I don't want to say I like let you by. I think I strategically filed in.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't know if my ego could take a letting by. Like, oh, just go on ahead.
All right. It was part of the strategy. We talked about it before the race.
Yeah.
Wait,
Look, when you run the sticker.
Yeah. What the heck, dude? This guy just randomly put the sticker on it. He didn't even pay for it.
When you run my sticker, you get special perks on the racetrack.
Okay. Thanks. I appreciate it. So yeah, that was a good race. Random inverts are always hectic. Started 11th, and I kind of filed into the Corvettes, and then I was basically stuck behind James Hallen for the whole race. And I tried to pass him on the outside, and I think 12 and 13, and tried it like 2 or 3 times, and I almost actually drove off the track myself because I went into the rumble strips and into the gravel. And then after that, I was like, all right, let's just over-under him the right way and not hit him. Managed to make that pass. And then Matan, I guess he had some kind of overheating issue, so his car went to fail-safe mode. And then, yeah, then it was just hunting down the cars in front of me, which was Eric Magnussen, and so Andrew Raines was leading. Managed to catch up to them a little bit, but yeah, I was just at that point, I don't think I could have made anything happen. And the car actually randomly just turned off at the very last second, right coming to the checker. I'm not really sure what that was about. But it seems to be running fine. But I'm glad that was the checker, because otherwise I would have fell way back. So anyway, successful weekend. That's a first, and a third. That's domination, basically. It's not a full sweep, but that's about as good as you can get, man. 4 podiums with 3 wins. So we definitely got the weekend win. And yeah, we're gonna celebrate tonight, and then hopefully try to make it home tomorrow, and then play some hockey. Got a hockey playoff game tomorrow, so. Oh man, what a good weekend. Once again, thanks to all the sponsors, Hybridracing, Hawk Pads, Fortune Auto, everybody has been incredible. We got Haltech, Haltech Rick has been tuning this car. We did a lot of work at Putnam. Renowned steering wheels. The steering wheel was absolutely amazing. Hasport Performance with the mounts, iBob with the springs, and then Chase Bays with the epic radiator. Look, this radiator basically got us to where we were in that 4th race, because James Houghton overheated and he had to pull off, while I was running at 200 degrees, sub 200, pretty much the whole race. So shout out to Chase Bays for an epic radiator. That was one of the biggest issues I had last year, was just running in traffic. The car got way too hot, and now we solved it. So once again, thanks to all the sponsors, supporters. Obviously Motul oil was on point this weekend. No oil cooler, they didn't get a chance to do it, and I'm sure the oil has 0 issues. So anyway, let's get to the podium. Let's celebrate a little bit.
Grid Life Touring Cup. These results are tabulated throughout the weekend. You get points for qualifying and then each individual race. They put on maybe the best show we've ever had in GLTC, especially race 2 with a 3-wide podium. 5,000ths of a second separated P1, 2, and 3 in race 2 is amazing. In P3 with 64 points, Matan Rosenberg, 64 points for the weekend. And in P2 with 79 points for the weekend, Luke McGrew. Did he get 2 driver of the years or 1? 2, everybody loves him. And in P1, everybody's favorite hot boy in the low Honda. Man, that car looks good. We pulled it out of a ditch on the way back from Coda a year ago, and it is gorgeous now. 94 points for the weekend. Brilliant drive. Super fun to watch. Mr. Eric Cattell. Eric Cattell in P1. I also have a spirit of the event if he's here. He's new to us. He came to Coda, came with us here.